You might not like the way he thinks.
We all can agree with that.
But you're listening, aren't you? Brian the Cab Driver on New Bedford's News Talk Station, 1420 WBSM.
Welcome back to Brian's Beat. Scott Durkey, he is the director of New Bedford's Energy Office, but basically you deal with more than New Bedford, correct, Scott?
We focus on New Bedford, but if other communities need assistance, we definitely help out.
All right, so in other words, if someone in Mattapoisett is listening today, or Rochester, would you have the information about their account number? Could you help them if they wanted to opt out?
We would suggest that they call their town administrator's office first, but if they need to speak to somebody, they can definitely give us a call.
All right, so we had a caller who was confused about opt-in, opt-out, and I needed to take a break. Would you like to finish up?
So the opt-in and opt-out, there's a couple things. I was talking about the outreach in that on the seniors, we need to communicate with everybody, and we're trying to. If you have a group or you want us to come speak to any group or happening, just give us a call. We will come and help educate. We spoke to a senior group 2 days ago, and we spoke to 50 seniors, and we answered questions, and there was a calmness there at the end, and that's a good thing.
Did they know what was going on prior to you showing up?
At that time, no, they didn't.
I think a lot of people are like that. You can send out a postcard, and people will look at it, and they're going to think it's some type of sales pitch. Let's, speaking of pitching, let the people pitch to you right now. 508-996-0500. Hello, you're on with Scott Durkey.
Yes, I have solar panels on my house. And according to the letter, it says I will not be impacted and will continue to receive their net metering credits while benefiting from the lower rate. So that means I don't opt out. Is that correct?
That's correct, and that's a great question. On solar is based on generation, how much you make electricity. This is on your use, and simply a cost structure, so it does not affect the economics of solar. You did the initial economics based on the current Eversource rate, which is, 18 cents, 19 cents.
So I don't do anything. I just stay as is.
Well, wait a minute. Why have you thought about shopping that around? Because you might be able to get solar credits with another company out there?
I have not.
But that whole process through the SREC market is different than what we're talking here. On the solar, you are fine. The only difference is that initial analysis you did where we're going to save 25%. Because we reduce your cost for electricity by 10%, you might be down to 22% overall savings. You have a less cost for when you do pay your energy bills.
Okay, so again, I don't have to do anything with this card. I'm going to stay as is.
Yep, you throw it away and you'll be in the program.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Someone called earlier and asked about the opt-out period. Is there a specific period of time that they need to call that number on the card?
So the beautiful thing about this program is because the city or any of the communities, there's no profit involved. There's no termination fees. After the 30-day period, if you didn't send the opt-out card back, you're automatically enrolled. If you find out that that's not what you want to do, you can opt out at any time, and there's no penalties. Most other third parties, there's a penalty because of the profit margin. They have to buy that supply to lock it in. We don't have that. This is strictly 100% benefit for the residents and businesses.
As some of you know, I used to deal in a third-party energy program. The party that I used to work with or through did not have an opt-out there. As Scott said, though, there are many companies out there that do have an opt-out. But I would also say this to you. It cannot hurt to check to see what other companies out there have for a supply rate and also check out what might happen if you do indeed opt out. Hello.
Hi. I have a question for Scott. What are the actual disadvantages to this program, and why would I want to opt out?
The disadvantage is that, from my perspective, the next term in the summer, we may be a little bit higher than the utility rate. So we have 4 6-month periods that this contract goes through. There's one that we might be a little bit higher, but every other one we will be lower.
And can we opt out at that time?
You can opt out at that time. The only thing that if the next winter and next summer, which we are expecting the most savings for this process, If you try to opt back in, you will get a different price. You will not get this initial price. The market's going to change.
Okay, and that's the only disadvantage then?
There's no penalties, there's no fees. If in the summer you say, I do want to opt out because the utility rates have just, worst case scenario, they're paying me for electricity. You can opt out and there's no penalty at all.
Is this the same program that the mayor has talked about with New Bedford and the surrounding communities going collective on electricity rates?
That's it exactly. It's 23 communities working together for the benefit of residents and small businesses and trying to lower their electricity costs. Correct.
Thank you for your call, 508-996-0500. Hello, you're on with Scott Durkey. All right. Hello, you're on with Scott.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. Hey, a guy talking. Hello.
Yeah. My name is George Smith. I'm the one that had a comment in the paper today from Mass Senior Action.
All right, go ahead, talk to us.
I'm kind of like, I can understand you're telling me it's going to be less money. It's just the avenue and the process that you did, and people I've been talking to as of even today, they either threw that paper away or don't know what I'm talking about. And so somewhere along the line, the sales and marketing people didn't do a good job in informing the people on what is taking place. Now, I heard from someone maybe a half hour ago, an 85-year-old lady who belonged to another electric company and had signed up with, and she's told, she gets this letter, she doesn't pay attention. Come and find out, somebody told her you better opt out, or when she tries to opt out, it's $150 to that other company to get out of it. That is a penalty. Now, nobody says anywhere in here about a penalty.
Well, that's a great question, sir. And there's two things that you brought up. There are, for the last 2 years, and I can only speak for New Bedford. I can't speak for the surrounding communities, but I know this is going on, that marketing companies, third-party suppliers, have been knocking on doors and trying to get people to sign up for...
And let me cut you short, and I've been hanging up. Go ahead.
And there are many residents in New Bedford that have already a third-party supplier.
Correct.
The woman that spoke earlier who called Continental Solutions, she's with Eversource. There are no penalties there. What we've been doing in the office is we're inviting residents to come in. We've had, on average, 5 to 10 a week coming in that have third-party supply, and we have a calculator that will take the termination fee, will take the term and what they have, and it's a simple number. If the number's green, it means you're going to save money. Do you want to join us? Or if it's red, stay where you are because it doesn't make sense. If they have a contract that's better than ours, that's great.
Thank you for your call. I do appreciate it. So one person asked this question. I would want you to repeat it because I think this is key. Why would somebody want to opt out? Let's say you're on a fixed rate with Eversource, and you're doing it on a yearly basis. Would that be a reason to opt out and stay with Eversource?
I can only give you my personal opinion. This isn't from the city. This is me. I don't see a solid reason to opt out. I have family in the area that are under this program in different communities. They're all in it.
But if I'm paying $50, $75 a month, and I'm paying it every month like that, do you offer the same thing?
No, but it doesn't change that budgeting, the budget schedule that some people have. All it says is that cost to determine the budget is lower.
So the budget program would stay in effect.
Yep.
All right. That's. I think a lot of people are glad to hear that.
Brian the Cab Driver. Weekdays 10 to noon. New Bedford's News Talk Station. 1420 WBSM.